Hello guys, welcome to another video on HTML programming. In this video, we are going to see some basic examples of HTML and the HTML. To start off with the HTML documents, it should start with the document type declaration. That is this doc type HTML. The HTML should always start with this tag. And the HTML documents itself begins with the opening tag HTML and closing tag HTML. And the visible part of HTML document is between this body tags. That is the code which you write inside this body tag will be visible part of the HTML document. So this is what the example looks like. It starts with the doc type HTML and inside which it will have an opening HTML and closing HTML, and inside that you have body closing opening and closing body tags, and inside this body tag will be your visible part of what you want to display on the web page. So this example has heading, my first heading, and a paragraph tag which basically says my first paragraph. This doc type declaration represents the document type and helps browser to display web pages correctly. So it is a compulsory thing to give in a HTML page. Only once it should appear on the top of the page and not anywhere else. It's not case sensitive, and the declaration will be like so, as we have seen. Next topic is headings. The h1 tag to h2, h6 tags is what makes the HTML heading. So h1 tag defines the most important heading and h6 defines the least important heading. So we can try this ourselves. We can see this h1 is more bolder and h2 has a little font less than what h1 had, and even the as you go down h4 h5 has smaller fonts and boldness as compared to what h1's. So you understand the meaning, right? So h1 for something very important you give h1, and the priority decreases as you go from h1 to h6. This is the code here. Always started with doc type HTML, heading, closing, this body opening, body closing, and inside which we have all our headings here. So moving on to the next thing, we have HTML paragraphs, which is defined by this p tag. The tag always has this opening and closing like this. So if you see this, here is a paragraph, here is other paragraph, always inside the body. So next we have HTML links. Like paragraphs, links has a tag called a. So in this a tag, we have the opening and the closing a tag, inside the opening tag you are going to give the link of what page you want to go and what should be displayed in the web page while you see this link. So to explain more clearly, we will go inside the heading and you can see this is a link here. That is basically what you write inside the a tag, and if you click this link you have to go to a particular website, and that URL you have to give inside this anchor tag, that is this a tag, with the element href, attribute href, with this attribute href. Href basically means that you're going to go inside a URL, and that URL is this URL which you're going to give inside this. We'll see all this very detailedly in the coming session, but just the link destination is specified in the href attribute, and the attributes are used to provide additional information about HTML elements. So if you want to give additional information for this tag, you are going to use an attribute. The attribute used here is a href attribute. Basically, you'll learn more about attributes in the later chapter coming. So we'll go to HTML images, like a tag and p tag and the h1 tag. You have another tag called img, which is basically used for images. So inside this images, you have different attributes as we discussed. So attributes is what you give inside the tag, which will define more about the tag, what you're going to use or what you're going to have width or height or something like that. So inside this we have source src, which basically tells where you want to take the image, and alt, which says what you have to display instead of the image what you're going to display, and the width of the image and the height of the image you're going to give. So if we try this ourselves, you can see this W3 schools popping out, which means that it took the source from this JPG, and if this image is not displayed or this source is wrong which you have given, this alt will be displayed w3schools.com, and the width and the height of the image is given. This is basically what img tag means. And how to view HTML source. Have you ever seen HTML web page and wonder, hey, how did we do that? Obviously, we all would have wondered at one point. So view HTML source code, right click on the HTML page, select view, page inspect, page source or view source. Similar, they open a window containing the HTML source of the page, inspect an element. All this you can do, guys. We are going to discuss more about this, but what they basically say is we have a web page right here, W3 schools. If I right click on this, you have inspect. If you press this inspect, you're going to get what all elements they have used in this web page. And as you can see, they have used a p tag, h2 tag here, how to view HTML source and all this. So this is what they basically mean. We'll talk more about this in the upcoming videos. Please make sure to watch that. We'll gain more knowledge about HTML. And I think that's it for this video, guys. So on the next video, we'll see what HTML elements are. So thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.